Good morning and welcome to another match brought to you from the Mars Hockey World Cup. We've got South Africa playing against England, and it's going to be a bronze medal match. Unfortunately, both these teams finishing second in their pools, agonizingly close, and because the large number of teams entered in this age group, we've got over 50 age group. We have straight playoffs, so second in each pool plays each other for the bronze medal. There are no semi-finals, as both teams were agonizingly close. South Africa only losing one match in their pool, put them second place, and England even closer, only drawing one match in their pool, and that draw knocked them out of the first position place. And so they ended up in second place, as close as it was not to be. And so they get to play for bronze medal, the game taking place at Western Province Cricket Club in Cape Town, the beautiful tourist city, Cape Town. Day 10 of this tournament, so it's been a long tournament so far, as England pressing high in this match, starting with all the energy. A lot of turnover happening, and it takes a while in these games for teams to kind of suss each other out. Matt Clark in the midfield, the live wire, is now South Africa get a chance to go forward. The ball is popped loose. We're looking for a shot on target. He's going to crack it into the keeper. Looked like Craig Garrett, who, with his distinctive long white beard, going for the shot there. Got the breakthrough. He had Dylan on the P spot to pass to, but decided to go for the shot. Adam Lewis, though, in goals, right up to the task, as the ball now goes down the left-hand channel. There were options there. Over had been thrown through and not dealt with cleanly by England. And South Africa get themselves their first shot on target. And this game starting like a house on fire. Greg Knott at the back now, choosing where to go. Grant Clark just stepping towards the ball. A bit of pressure on him there. I think they seem to be targeting that ball not going out to Grant Clark, talisman in the South African team. As England now get to reset near the halfway line. South Africa fairly high with their press, forcing England to come all the way back. Steve Paxton now right at the back, having to make a choice. He goes to the left half. Ball being rolled down the line to Clark, who's always a live wire in the midfield, full of energy. Midfield battling soon as Dover comes away with the ball forward, tries to find options. We've got a run in the circle. We've got Morris trying to knock the ball back. And fantastically tackled by Greg Knott, who is indoor-style flat stick on the ground. I'm going to have to be careful with the Morrises today. There's two Morrises in the South African team and Nick Morris for England. To keep track of all the players. Again, England reset the ball, a good cracking ball in, but again, Greg Knott, route one, his job. Dylan not given advantage, he'll come away with this. Garrett on the right-hand side, isolated. Lots of English players around him and nobody close. He'll take them on himself. He's got a lot of work to do. Being shepherded the whole way by Ian Brown. And Brown is keeping him on the outside, but again, Garrett had a lot of work to do to get through there. There were just too many players shepherd him, and South African players arriving a bit slowly. Peter Lange high in the circle is quite a target for them to go to. Again, Gwesen with the ball, trying to find the ball out wide. Options coming across, looking much better, yeah. Cowan on the ball. Cowan going for the individual. Just been tackled though, unfortunately. As Nick Morris comes away with the ball again. Got tackled, but ran into trouble there. Good cover tackle, just nice and clean. Nick Morris trying to put the pressure on there. As the long raking ball from Ian Brown tries to find the angled channel there. Was a good option. I think Ian Hammond had more time than he thought. Greg Knott was a bit behind him, shepherding him where to go, and not now. Into the midfield to Cowan. Delang at the back now, left half. South Africa rotating their players, and there goes the overhead to a far-ranging Grant Clark. been adventurous down the sideline there. Coming back, but Andy Stevenson shepherding the ball nicely. And again, we're in the midfield. Ball be moved around neatly. England keeping the ball away from South Africa, which they've been trademarked this tournament so far. Been good at making sure that it doesn't come into contact. And a ball running on the sideline there. Looked like Ian Hammond again, just not catching the ball on his backhand. South Africa on the reset. They don't need to rush this. They need to find the angle. Huisson getting the ball slightly untidy, but making do well nicely there. Anderson on his right. A lot of attention being paid. Wides in field to Dylan. Dylan working on the rebound. He's going to have some pressure from Clark, who is coming from behind. Ball being popped loose. Garrett to the P spot. This ball is loose. Dylan might have a shot on you. He's going to turn and he tried to hit that, but was on full pressure from Ian Brown. Couldn't get that away. Ball get inside to Riego there, who just turned it around. Ball popping out. And Dylan just not getting the shot on target. So, to be realistic, South Africa having 2 shots and opportunities. No short corners yet in this match. But it's a high-paced, furious game. And day 10 of the tournament, Not comes away with it. He'll keep the secure. Huisson keeping the ball in the small channel, not playing to the open field. South Africa not having anybody on this far side to transfer to, as England have drifted all their players across as well to cut the field into a small space as Not goes for the slap across it. Anderson likes to hit the ball, so he'll, this time he passes to Wide. Wide's got options down the line for Garrett. Garrett running on the ball. Fantastic to see Greg Carrot on the field. Talisman forward with his, dare I say, Moses beard. Patrolling up front. Not trying to keep the safe on the right-hand side under pressure. Being dispossessed, I think. Laird got in front of him there and just tucked the ball away, and now got Dover down the far side. He's been shepherded wide, which is a good thing. As the ball comes back, and I think South Africa having weathering that. Ball being moved around as the substitutions now happen. England rotating the ball out wide. Looking for options on the sideline there. Dave Oakley was a little bit isolated in that move. And South Africa come away with the ball. Dylan trying to find the inside pass to Huisson. He's got space in the middle. The turn happening. Here comes the big cross ball. That's good hockey because they've opened up the field nicely here with Graydon Morris. Graydon Morris looking for options. It's going on to Craig Garrett. Garrett always good at running for the circle. A lot of attention being paid to him by Steve Paxton. Gets the ball across, and it's in the middle of the field, and just this game at a frantic pace already. Stokes down the line. England trying to open up the game there. Hit a foot. I don't think the umpire saw that, but a little bit delayed call there as England get to restart and play again. Loss of control, and I think Cowan doing a really good job putting the pressure on there. Throws the overhead. Graydon Morris with some work to do. He pulled it down neatly infield, and he's got Garrett in front of him. Ball gets popped through, and I think in retrospect, there'll be a lot of talk about Paxton leaving that ball so neatly. Yeah, it was well done in the end, but if Dylan had been aware there, I fear it could have been a different story. But like they say, that's history. As England now trying to come on the right-hand side, then Stevenson just missing his man. Like we said, this game being constricted. Teams that play at this level for bronze medals now to manage a field, and England got all their players across. For South Africa to come the long way. They're going to move this ball quickly. Worthington down the line, trying to find Graydon Morris. Ball just running out, and a bit of a respite to this match. As the through ball comes, that's a little bit too easily as Dove gets to play the ball back and wide. There's options on the line, and this ball's going to be traveled across. Nice interplay happening here. Tackles have to come in as Grant Clark goes flat stick and dominates his man coming in there. As South Africa again, he's got a gap, but he hasn't got a player to play, so you need somebody to come towards him. Morris, Braden, he's going to play in that line. It worked for him in the end, but didn't have anybody coming towards him, so he was forced to run it through there as we now get the ball to Worthington. Worthington's going to go in. A ball being, this is going to chance for Dylan. Peter Langer on top of the circle, sorry. Matthew Hallows, Masher, knocking the ball down the middle. Had a bit of wobbly air on it, so it beat people. And Delanga, you back any day of the week from there. The pressure of the P-spot shot. Probably in retrospect, going to look at that and think he should have stopped and flicked it. As South Africa now with 3 chances. England having half a chance, I would say. Good movement from England, just haven't got themselves clean into the South African D. South Africa pressing high now. Delanga trying to put the pressure on. Ball being brought down neatly in the midfield by Miller. And the ball now coming forward fast. There's numbers here. South Africa have to retreat. Ball to the T-point. Avery trying to plan the ball back. Cover tackle coming in. And the ball ran out the sideline there. I know. It looked like Winston who made the charge across there. Far side of the field. And now we've got England resetting in the middle. England moving the ball side to side very well. Just haven't found their through passes cleanly enough yet. Set up different options. Again, ball on the side, but this will be crashed into the circle. Clark with the backhand outstretched. Pick up. All working nicely. Good defensive work on the sideline there. As the ball's kept on the sideline. Hallows making sure that the ball doesn't go on the line there. They've got play going forward, and Hallows is going to have to block this one. The ball does find it on the line. It's a very good break. Looks like Hayward's going to find himself some space. Doesn't take the option forward. Tries to go back, and Cowan reads that well for South Africa. Cowan just dropping the ball back, taking his time. South Africa happy now to just keep possession of the ball. A little bit of a pass that made Clark work for that one. As, again, Cowan influential. Hallows got through his man, looking for options. Keeping the ball on. Cracks it across to Delanga, who this time deflects it. The Hallows-Delanga combination working a treat at the moment. Hallows scanning quickly, and Delanga with his typical breaks in the circle. Some fantastic leads. Now England get a chance to come forward. Anti-skill from Led. That wasn't... He tried to pull the ball across him and missed it. Greg not fell for the trick. As England again on the edge of the circle trying to find their way through. Stokes playing wide. Again, they're finding this ball on the right top corner quite easily, but Grant Clark's going to stop those all day. Matt Clark this time having a run down there. England, not sure if South Africa are doing that on purpose, trying to let the ball go down that high in the field in that corner. I suppose Grant Clark will say he's got all under control, but that ball again, there they go. They're finding their top right-hand corner quite easily, and here comes the crash ball to the top of the D. The space now. A nice tackle. They're going to call it for blocked, but I think Stuart Avery was trying to find a shot there. Was bobbing and weaving. He knew that if he took his stick off the ball to shoot, that South Africa with Knott and Co would come away with it. So he just kept his stick on top of the ball, rode the tackle, and been given the first penalty corner of this match. So England with their first penalty corner. There's still 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. End-to-end stuff. High-paced game, this. As we scan the top. Hayward's on the flick, or hits, I should say. Ball just come out to his castle. There he comes for the hit. Cracks it in the bottom corner. That is a neat strike. Lane was logging down the middle of the goal. And the ball went into the postman's side, beating the postman on the outside. And that is just well taken, clean hit hockey. England with their first meaningful attempted goal. Just beating the postman Anderson on the outside. Really well taken shot that is. Delanga goes forward with Hallows. They're working in combination, trying to find their way down the field. Good restart, positive. But England dealing with that is, again, well struck penalty corner. Whereas England now trying to find their way down the field. South Africa have to reset. Peter Hayward with the crack into the goal there. Short corner specialist. Always good to have someone like that in your team. As they get to restart. England now got the ball and playing a little bit swagger now. They've scored their goal, so Worthington coming in for a tackle. But catches a stick on the man as well, so umpire not happy with that blow. Stokes looking for options, playing on the midfield. South Africa keeping England in the side of the field. Stokes having to play the ball forward again. Worthington made another tackle just to stop the progression down the field. South Africa, a lot of players back in defense here. And again, just shipping the ball, keeping the sideline, ball popping up, and umpire saying it's lifted. Hallows now pulling his ball into his man. His man calling for the blow, and unfortunately, being a little bit raucous there. Pulled over getting a warning. Both of them saying they're playing boisterous hockey. Both of them getting a talking to. I think they could have gone both ways. Hallows leaning into his man, Dover, and Dover leaning back. Hallows winning that leading contest on that occasion, and the umpire just saying, please cut it out. Worthington running off the ball for Knott. Knott needs to go direct. He goes down the sideline. They probably need to be looking to go infield here. Not finding some option there. They just find Grant Morris, who now the ball deep in the whistle. And everybody's saying still, and a chance coming in there. I think there was Winston. I'm just trying to check if the ball bounced at the end there. And now the counter-attack on down the field. South Africa got numbers back here, but still, everybody are on the full run. Clark putting his magic foot in the way. South Africa having to reset. They've got numbers. They've just got to get organized. Here's Nick Morris makes the run on the outside. Fires the ball in across the face of the goal. And this is trickled into the goal. That was the most agonizingly slow backhand that came bouncing across. I think the dive came before the ball got to him, but nevertheless, got the backhand shot. The ball lobbed up agonizingly, caught the inside of the post. As Stokes, David Stokes, scores the second goal just at the end of the first quarter. South Africa having most of the chances, but England, with their 2 entries, have scored twice and lead 2-0. Welcome back. You join us for the second quarter of this bronze medal match in the over-50 division. South Africa playing against England. England taking a 2-goal lead in that first quarter. A short corner being smashed in bottom right by Hayward. And then right at the end, a ball coming across the circle, not being dealt with cleanly. And Stokes on the far post making a diving backhand chip deflection. It just hit the post, skimmed the post and rolled in nice and gently. As this game being played at a frantic pace. South Africa having their own chances throughout that game, quarter. I'm getting there. As this game restarts, England now pushing forward. Foot being hit there as they get to reset. Dover firing the ball wide, going to the T-point. So they scored the goal from last time. As Hammond and co were arriving. Just not a clean delivery. Stokes providing a determined goal. There's ball goes out right, and Wides has to play without. A lot of attention being put on Grant Morris there as he got the ball in the midfield. England full of running in the midfield. South Africa trying to find options through. Good slap through to Dylan. Dylan's got some time on the ball. Yeah, he's fighting hard, being hacked. He'll get the blow, I think. Advantage being given, and a good advantage because it actually led to a card. The call coming that the Dylan was being played to the long. There were a couple of players involved there, unfortunately. Nick Morris wearing the card. South Africa's turning the ball over cheaper. They've got a player up now for 2 minutes. It's a green card, so they've got 2 minutes of an extra person on the field compared to England who've lost a player. They need to have a plan in action, yeah? Often teams, when they have got a card off, they'll have a plan, whether to step man to man or whether to hang a forward high, just for a short space in time. Ball coming around, and Graydon Morris now, unfortunately. The two Morrises on the bench together, both getting green cards, and that just putting the numbers on the field equal. What it does do when you do have 2 green cards, 1 from each team, it does open up a lot of space on the field as the ball goes forward. Dover trying to make a play happen. Firing the ball wide, and let's not making his man. Not on the ball. Having to play a mini to get out. Cowan coming in. Dylan, nice zigzag play. Dylan just losing control as Dover's going to go through now. Dover firing the ball with a diving pass. Don't think he had to rush it that much. He had more time to set up the play. Is not going for the overhead. Stevenson underneath it, just can't get it. Garrett's going to get it for South Africa. Looking for a ball down the line. Morris trying to make the Morris left on the field, I should say. Grant Morris. Nick Morris and Graydon Morris also on the bench with green cards. Trying to make a through run there, but just got caught up. And yeah, good overlapping run. Some really good pace. Hammond running around the outside. Going to hit the circle inch. You're going to find a foot. Doesn't find anything. Pete Cowan with good defensive skill there. Popping the ball over the baseline, but not looking like he was doing it too intentionally. Comes with experience. But Hammond really with some good leg pace, long strides, getting around the outside, getting all the way to the D, in fact, from 22 to D. Here comes the crash ball. Ball in to the P spot, and I fear that Ian Hammond, who'd made that run on the outside, then took a breather on the P spot. The ball did come to him. Caught the front and the back of his stick. And he is going to rue that one because he was in front of the goal when that happened, and could have made an opportunity from that. That run has knackered him. He's come off now for a break as Avery's taken his place on the field. And South Africa get to reset. South Africa just struggling to find ball through now. Clark's on the ball. Plays the ball in to Cowan. Cowan with the in-outs. Wise down the line. And Grant Morris just missing that ball down the side as the over gets thrown back. 2 people arriving. It's always going to be dangerous. Stevenson throwing that ball so that Clark from South Africa and Nick Morris has joined the game. Both card suspensions back on the park, so the team's back to parity. Winston is arriving a bit late with the catch there and the ball running loose. Again, this game, a big battle in the midfield. Nice cracking ball across for Stokes, the second goal scorer. A big overhead right across the D. That's going to be caught or not caught. I think Anderson had more time under that than he thought. There was Oakley hanging in behind him in case he missed it. So a lot of pressure there. Drake looking for options, going for safe, dropping it out. And now we've got some time on the ball as Stevenson's going to crack this one. Oh, well picked up. That was good skill by Dover on the P spot. South Africa, Carrot just not finishing his pass. Graydon Morris back to Garrett. They need to find some passes here. Playing the man, and they need to play the space as De Lange's on at right wing. Garrett hasn't seen him. Wide's got some pressure. Avery stepping from behind and picking up the loose ball. Miller now looking for options. He's going to fire it wide. Got space out there. Ball going down the sideline from Oakley to the baseline. Now being fired into the P spot. And again, the clearance coming from De Lange, who's made a long way back to help defend there. South Africa making the choice. Anderson coming on for Clark. As again, England down that outside. Nick Morris keeping them busy. They've actually had a lot of ball down that right-hand top corner. England seems to find that as a target space. South Africa got numbers in the area. In fact, South Africa got the whole team in that area at the moment. England trying to find a way out. And ball popping up off the stick. I'm not sure if that was dangerous, but the whistle being blown against David Stokes, the second goal scorer. As South Africa gets a reset. Not looking for a clearance option down the line. He's got Cowan in front of him who can turn. Good play by Cowan, who's come out to De Lange. De Lange's looking for options. Morris down the middle. Graydon Morris, that is. Graydon Morris holding up. De Lange's now going to look for longer options. He's got Garrett on the far side. Didn't see him. Cowan's made the run through. It's a 2v1 here. The ball's loose. Opportunity. An opportunity for Graydon Morris. He gets the ball tangled under his feet. Just didn't have enough pace on the pass that came to him, and he got stuck rolling over it. As now England straight back into the mix. Avery at the back, making the baseline run. Anderson making the tackle. Unfortunately, just catching Avery's stick. And here we have only the second PC of the match so far. The first one being smartly smashed in by Peter Hayward. Push out trap, and he hit it to the bottom right. Just beat the postman on the outside, which is pinpoint accuracy. And again, South Africa having a chance, and on the turnover, the ball being hit right down the field. And England having a circle entry, which once you're in the circle, you need to catch into the sticks. Going to catch the umpire's attention as the injection comes out now. And Hayward's waiting again, same place. Hits it, catches the first wave stick and rebounds up in there. Loose ball. Chaos ensued. First wave and keeper and diving players. People all over the place there. Look like Anderson on the ground doing battle with... we do have the goals even being moved out of place now, and the keeper repairing pads. That was interesting. Goalmouth scramble of note. Looked like there was an opportunity in front of the goals there to tap it in, and some fantastic defensive work by Anderson, keeping it out. The ball was hit the goalkeeper's pad, rolled over the top of the goalkeeper. And Riego now having a chance to see if he can put the ball in the D. Needs targets up front. Ball pops loose and called that dangerous. I know it's lifted, but it wasn't dangerous. Umpire signaling lifted ball. A chance there. Unfortunately, getting big, and as often happens when South Africa have a chance, the very next thing that happens is England make a run down the field. Ball gets run over the baseline. Again, the counter-attacks that are happening from turnovers when South Africa have a chance, they need to reset much faster than that, because while they're debating and thinking about the miss, England are running players on the field at pace to try and make some play happen. De Lange now needs to look for opportunities to go forward. Finds the ball, Dylan. Dylan's got a nice clean ball. Mash. Looking for the turn, looking for the shot, cracks it across, and Riego arriving late. Dylan on in the area as well, but Hallows, good lead through, picks up the ball. Nice close ball skills, really good at keeping the ball neatly under his feet. Just not getting the shot on target or getting the cross to somebody, whichever version of that you want. England now getting to move the ball in the midfield. Stokes on the side here with a bit of a mistrap. De Lange is going to put attention to him. Stevenson moving the ball way on the back. Again, Nice clean play, Paxton, and the ball down the sideline. Somebody wide open. Reago's going to have to cut in field, yeah. It's a good run coming there from Hayward into the baseline. That looks for a short corner. And again, South Africa got to be careful. A lot of balls around on the right-hand side are finding themselves way too quickly into their circle. Looked like Hayward that time that had the long run. As apologies, I think that might have been Hammond. Just watching the replay quickly. England finding space down that right-hand channel, even though it's small space. They do find it and then can take the ball on the run. As a hit comes out. Oh, hitting the post this time. Interesting call that, because umpire not sure, but that ball was hit. That ball was hit and cracked into the uprights, then came back and hit a South African player. So I think this, well, it might be the wrong way around, but that was a cracking short corner hit from Hayward. He hit the left-hand post this time, and on the ricochet came back. It looked like he hit a South African player, but there was a blow before that. And South African not given an inch there as they come back down the right-hand corner, trying to find themselves deep in the field. This game, a bit of end-to-end stuff going on, yep. A really smart hit, short corner. That's South Africa now. Not got chance. He can take it. He can hit it or he can flick it. What's he going to do? He flicks it. He didn't get enough pace on it. Went bottom corner. Keeper makes the save. South Africa with Gerson on the ball now with lots of attention. He got 2 chops on him there. Everyone in South Africa high on the field. Gerson on the ball now, not just ran into an open space there. Try to flick that. Wasn't sure if we should drag flick that or hit it. Didn't really have time to slap that because, which is his favorite skill, because there's no time on the ball. He'll look back at that and think that he should have hit it. Pretty sure his son Dame is going to say he should have smashed that. A little stop now for keeper maintenance. Still just under 5 minutes left in this half of hockey. England 2 love up. Gerson running the ball to Hallows. Hallows looks like he's hurt himself. Something didn't look good there. He's trying to make the run through, and Hallows off the field now. They're going to have to substitute Garrett on for him. As the restart happens, and South Africa very high in their press here. All out right, as it has happened so many times. They've hit this ball way too many times on the right-hand side and got some value. South Africa blocking this time, not for long. Nick Morris on the run there. Morris and Hammond playing havoc down that sideline there. Setup play coming back. Paxton happy to keep going right. They've been looking for this a lot. Play getting stopped over there. Ball in the midfield. Matt Clark, full of energy, always looking for some action. As Paxton now looking to come to Stevens on the right. No, change his mind. Stevens has got this. One times it down the line with a bit of spin, so unfortunately the ball bending away as it goes on the outside. Cracking ball on the midfield. Dylan picking up a nice one. Riego going to make choices here. Plays the ball wide. Worthington arriving. Looking for options, trying to pull it back. Gets the blow, but needs to find options here. Ball a little bit loose at the moment as Riego now needs help. Lets it run over the sideline. Now going to play it in field again. Gerson needs to fire this in. Does find the foot. Very neat. Everybody stopped playing. Everybody was sure there, but hit the shin pad, so it might have sounded like a stick. Riego now applying full pressure. Matt Clark always a factor down that right-hand side as well, so South Africa now making sure they're closing down that option. Ball been hit long this time. Good pick up by Ian Hammond. He's got options inside or out. Goes for the self option around the outside. Pops the ball in the air. Cracks it across. Good skill. Peter Langer back defending. And he gets robbed on the ball. Hammond sneakily behind him. Little bump happening there. Not happy with he was tackled from behind. The umpire's going to call them back and ask them to apologize to each other. Langer had the ball in front of his own goal, and Hammond sneakily creeping behind him, coming from the blind side, trying to shave him from behind. A little discussion ensuing. Very competitive, this bronze medal match, obviously. South Africa to reset. Anderson hasn't got option in front of him. Tries to go over the top. Didn't pick this up. Just can't get there. Ball scoots off the pitch and gets rushed by it. 1 minute 20 in this half. England 2-love, and South Africa just need to take a chance somewhere. Creates our scoreboard pressure. Anderson and Hammond having a little hustle going through. Melo trying to take the quick free hits. Ball popping loose, and now they've got a chance again. Dover pushing it in, and Anthony Miller having the big swing, but there were too many sticks on the way there, and he apologized straight afterwards. Try to take a swing in the circle, but you don't have much time in the circle as Anderson now plays it forward to Dylan. Dylan looking for options. Garrett coming back to fetch it, but Paxton neatly stepping in front of his man and knocking the ball away. Cowan rushing forward. He's got options on the wide. Riego. Worthington in front of him. Neat pass. In pass to Cowan, back open again. Cowan being very industrious. Moving on the park. Anderson, there's 2 English players behind South Africa here. 20 seconds on the clock, and look like both Avery and Hammond are hanging high in the field to see if they can catch South Africa in the counter-attack. There's only 9 seconds left, and you'll probably find England will just close this down. 5 seconds left. That'll be the end of this half. So England 2-0 up, having scored their goals in the first quarter. And we'll have an exciting second half of hockey coming after this.
We are fascinated by the mindsets and the habits that make individuals and teams perform at another level. Let us be your thought partners and transformational coaches. Are you part of a team and you are wanting to gain insight into what ingredients need to be in the mix to take your team to a whole new level of performance? Partner with us. We want to be your transformational coaches.
At thehockeysite.com, it's about what happens in the locker room, thinking about the game. It's about planning and preparation, and about training and improving those skills, looking at it from different angles. But of course, it's also about teaching them to score and win. Thehockeysite.com. Share the knowledge.
Welcome back as you join us for the second half of this bronze medal match. It's the men's over 50 category at the Masters World Cup of Hockey here in Cape Town. Lovely crowd that's coming here with the home team playing, so obviously some home team support. England are leading this contest 2-0, having scored 2 goals in the first quarter. The first goal, a very neatly struck short corner by Hayward, and the second, a far post knock-in by Stokes. As this game has been end-to-end stuff. England have got some great counter-attacks building up on the right-hand side. As you'll see right now again, Hammond going to cross this across into Clark's arm. Umpire dropped something on the pitch and a bit of confusion. Lost his headgear there for a second. Clark planted himself on the ground and protesting, but his hand was low to the ground, so good sand sharking. England now looking for a build-up on 22 of South Africa. Playing the neat options coming across. Drake trying to find an option forward. Can't see anything. Stevenson cracking the ball across into the goal, but nothing touching it. And umpire saying lifted, dangerous. As the ball is out wide. Knotts will take this looking. He's got Anderson in front of him. Goes for the long overhead. Doesn't get it high enough, and it Stevenson gets in the way quite comfortably. Ball being fired forward now, and Matt Clark will take this for a run. He'll keep switching and turning, looking for options. Gets joined by Drake. Drake's now stepped through the lines. He's trying to find a through ball. Winston making a tackle and blocking that. Ball popping in the circle. A bit of confusion there between the players on the edge. Hammond hoping the ball would land on his lap, but South Africa come away with a 16. Quite a frantic game still. Widey on the sideline. Pulling the ball back to Clark, and Clark making the pass just on the left foot of Huisson, and a counter that coming out. Great ball. Clark on the outside having a shot. Lane making the save. Have another shot that wasn't dangerous as Huisson comes away with the ball. Clark having a golden opportunity there. Really good pass from Nick Morris to find him on the outside, and now we've got another ball coming in. Oakley trying to find the drawback, and Oakley putting the ball back to Hammond, who collided with Anderson, and the umpire deciding it was Anderson's fault and awarding another short corner to England. England's third short corner. Sorry, fourth short corner. Ball comes in. Little options for the slip flick. The slip to the guy deflecting. Looked like a re-award, but Paul Dover was coming in there for the deflection right in front of the goalkeeper. Didn't quite get hold of it. Hayward not on the park at the moment, so alternate options on top. People have to step up now. Ian Brown looking like he's interested in having a go at this one. Runners from the left, runners from the right. Ball comes out, gets trapped. Ball slipped to the right. The run coming in, no space. Gets flicked across. Here comes the shot. The hit coming in, but Lane is on his knee, and there was time there. More than enough time. A bit of confusion. Looked like Stokes, who was the one that had the final shot there. Stokes' ball coming to him with time, and Mark Lane, the goalkeeper, was checking if it is still Lane. That ball got slipped out to the right. Again, fired across. Time to shoot, and unfortunately hitting the keeper. Ball being fired through this time, and unfortunately Adam Drake not finding anybody in the middle there. South Africa now need to try and ball out. Clark way back on the baseline. Needs to carry the ball and close the gap before he delivers. If they're making passes from this far out, pressure coming in there, but Anderson's got time now to play it on the line. Delanga with a slap. Gets as far as Winston. Winston's got time to run now. Garrett's making the lead wide. Winston's going to turn. Pressure all over the place here as he gets stuck in this corner. The ball comes across, and good turn and delivery, but Graydon Morris was just a little bit behind the 8-ball there. Wouldn't have had a chance to get to it. He just arrived a little late because it was coming from far away. A little groan from the spectators as everybody a little bit hopeful that might come through. As ball goes long, tackled by Clark, he gets the ball away. Kirsten's got time here, tries to throw an overhead, which didn't need to do. Only as far as Dover, who looking for options. Nice, neat ball out wide. No rush there. Going to hold the ball. Stokes got the ball coming across. Drake becoming a factor here in terms of trying to make the ball go forward. Stevenson down the right-hand side, but again, a little bit isolated down there. They get the blow, but a lot of work to do in South Africa. Letting the ball come back infield. Great tackle by Goosen as Dylan lets Garrett go up front. He's a little bit isolated as De Lange comes through. Trying to play the ball through and looks like they got a 16 out from there. Garrett had a chance to get through there, just couldn't find options, and De Lange arriving behind him. They need to get some 1-2 action going to see if they can find a way in. Paxton driving forward. Garrett's going to like that action if he sees Paxton coming forward like that. It just takes one interception. Paxton starting the movement. Stevenson a little bit far behind. Again, England receiving the ball and sticks, and umpire going to tell him to calm down, but whistle's being blown. Dover taking a chance, see if he can get ahead of the ball there. Stevenson now going to look forward. Only as far as De Lange, who picks him neatly. They got some time in here, they can make it happen. A bit of a head collision there. Needed a bit of communication. They were both looking at each other, deciding who's going to play that ball. That being Garrett and De Lange. A collision happening afterwards, but that was just the confusion. Nobody knew what was going on there. Stevenson now going to go long. Matt Clark, busy as ever, but gets dispossessed. Cowan being bustled and bustled. He gets the blow. Goosen to Dylan. Dylan out wide to Graydon Morris. He's got wides behind him for a drop. He's going to go forward. Dylan making a baseline run. Now the ball going to wides. He's going to cross it to Cowan. Cowan going back to not. Just the one-time pass, not finding his man. Anderson being told to turn and face the music, and unfortunately hits the ball right down Oatley's throat. And now Grant Clark making a long step through there. Fantastic interception. Read that play very well. And two teams playing a bit of tennis now, giving each other the ball backwards and forwards. Neither team capitalizing on the possession. Long ball going to Knott. He's got open play in the midfield for Goosen. Goosen's got time to turn. De Lange's far left if you can see him, but it's a very long pass. Sticking on the right hand side, and Wide's waiting for the ball to come to him, and pulled over, making a crashing dive. Okay, South Africa missing people in the, and Dylan's with the ball in the circle, goes for the shot, not going to have enough pace on it. South Africa missing people in the middle of the field as you see Adam Laird, who was coming off, turned around because they've now got an overlap. Time to play the ball, top of the circle, and the lob flick coming in. It's going to be a fantastic goal by Stuart Avery. South Africa caught on the counter-attack there. In fact, Adam Laird has been substituted and was coming to the sideline, and on his way there, England won the ball and told him to stop running to the sideline for the substitution, gave it to him, and suddenly we had essentially a 3v2 overlap, and England scored their third goal in a fantastic movement. South Africa now going forward. Craig Garrett's having a go here himself. Finds White. Graydon Morris with the delivery. Clangs it into somebody in front of him, but not getting in for that as England, as they have done a couple of times, come away from South Africa's attacks with counter-attacks. As this ball gets pushed forward again. A really well taken goal. Waited for the keeper to come out. Just lobbed it over his head into the open goal as all the composure. And South Africa now, again, trying to find their way forward. They are units with a lot of individual players, I should say, sorry. Delivery ball to the baseline. Wide's just finding an open channel there, and Garrett on the backhand, one of the hardest skills to pick it up on the backhand to stop that. Just missed trapping it and the ball rolling over the baseline. So England 3-love up now with a bit of daylight. We're in the third quarter with 6.5 minutes to go. Ball coming through. Clark trying to push the ball forward. Cowan will get to that. Tries to one-timer, but good dummy. Dylan's got the ball still under his feet. Not sure what the call was for. The ball did go under his feet and roll away, but nobody was close, and just a bit clumsy there. Couldn't get it free for the shot. He was angling for it. As the ball gets smacked forward again. Nice clearance ball from the back, because it does take the game all the way to the 22. South Africa need to do some soul searching about where they're going to find a goal. Yeah. Anderson wide to not being closed down by Clark. Clark always quick. He pulls Clark in field, but Clark then puts the pressure on. Advantage South Africa. Hurston's got the ball. Not wanted the blow, but they did keep the ball, yeah, as Worthington now tries to find something out wide. Cowan with his typical infield breaks does make some space. Needs to find the small pass. Needs to find this. There he goes. Morris on the far side there, finding the through ball. Ball onto the foot there. Knott will get to reset on the 22. Ball moving 5 yards. Hurston playing wide. Garrett coming back to fetch. England ever present with somebody stepping on the player. Garrett, good skill work, but Ian Brown just basically blocking that. Garrett trying to find the angle ball. Uses Hurston as a deflection, but England at 3-love up, happy to just knock the ball down the sideline. David Stokes in defence there for a time. Having scored the second goal for England. Just stepping across to defend. And again, England forever pressuring South Africa. The ball carrier having somebody on the whole time. Wise now with a good ball option. Goes for the backhand shovel. Cowan with the arc. Just arced a little bit too close. Not is crawling around the outside. Ball going to go to him now. He needs to deliver this. Fires it across the face. Unfortunately, and he got as far as an England defender, and now England coming back with a couple of players free. The lazy tackle coming in, and Anderson coming away with it. Again, the 45 ball on. Here we go. We've got a confusion. Dylan's got it. Cowan's with him. Garrett's going wide. Little backhand slip. Winston making some choices there. Pass is not fast enough. Pressure. Cowan through there, and I think Cowan was unlucky with that blow. And the ball be knocked up again. Clark on the break. England, whenever they've had a breakdown and they've won the ball in their own quarter, fire it outfield very quickly. It's Clark now gets the ball inside to Trevor Dunn. As England happy to just hold the ball now for long periods. Nick Morris trying to go around the outside of Anderson, but Anderson wary of that as there is a call now. The free hit outside the 22. As England fire the ball on the 45, trying to get a deflection. This is just bouncing loose. Might be in South Africa's interest now just to hang somebody high in the field. Chance themselves up with the spine. Some player high and some player in the middle. They can just have some target players high to see if they can catch England on the turnaround. 45-degree ball, immediately deflected, lands on the lap. Shot coming in. Worthington with a save. He was going to go forehand, then he went backhand. As Nick Morris holds his head. Hit that ball straight through. The keeper caught a deflection on the keeper's pan, rolled behind him. and Worthington running behind. I think if he hit the forehand there, he might have hit it into the retreating keeper. So he turned it over, went backhand, knocked the ball neatly out the sideline. England with another good chance there. Good tackle coming in there from Cowan. Cowan asking for the ball. And there he gets it away, and I think Cowan being a little bit ambitious there. Needs to take the ball up first, make the small game. They get the whistle. Dylan carrying the ball forward. Christian joins him. They're on the side, yeah. They need to make more inroads in the midfield. Oh, ball going to Riego, who just mistraps that. And again, like we said before, England coming away. Hammond throwing the ball down the sideline. There's a collision on the side, but nothing being given by the umpire. Long ball. Anderson finding a classic ball to De Lange. Got the measuring tape out there, but I'm giving that 60 yards. I think Anderson will be happy with my assessment of that. More like 40, but clean ball through to De Lange. Will be upset with himself for not trapping that, as Laird taking the ball on the sideline. Cowan putting the pressure on. Clark in the build-up play. A dispossession there with Drake, and now we've got a ball in the midfield. De Lange was a skill. Tried to go for the 1-2 pass. Ball still loose. And the call coming that it hit Winston's foot. De Lange got the ball quickly there. Try to get it back in for the zigzag pass. And the ball coming loose, and Winston then having to go with the goalkeeper. But the ball ricocheting back onto his foot. As we've seen so often. The ball being smashed downfield into the gaps, which South Africa seem to be holding out there. Peter Hayward with a big hit there. South Africa get pinned back in their own 22. Worthington giving it to Knott. Knott to look to see what he can do, and he decides the sideline's the best option. South Africa a little bit unsure about what they should do here, but Cowan's got other ideas. He's come away with that ball nicely. Fires the ball long for De Lange into the corner, and De Lange just missing the ball. Was a long ball being fired through there. As that ends the third quarter of hockey. England with a commanding 3-0 lead. Join us for the fourth quarter soon. Welcome back. As join us for the last quarter of this match. It's the bronze medal match in the over 50 division. This is the Masters Hockey World Cup, brought to you in Cape Town, England, with a 3-level lead over South Africa. Some well-taken goals and a really good game of hockey. End-to-end stuff as Melo just loses position to Gerson there. We got South Africa chasing the ball a lot in this game. And when England have had chances, put some really good goals away. Hayward to the short corner in the first quarter. Stokes to the far post, tap in the end of the first quarter. And now Garrett's got a chance. He goes wide to Morris. The cross comes in. Unfortunately, only as far as England. And this is where England have been really good. They've been hanging people high. Lairds on the far right here. He's got time to run in. He's got space. What's the choice going to be? Ball coming across for a slap. Great save by goalkeeper, but Melo will be unhappy he didn't put that away. Holster Cleek on the far side. They just man in his man to not get through. As now we got Not looking for options. He does find Holster Cleek on the left-hand side there. Fires the ball through. Just intercepted by Laird and re-intercepted by Not. He goes on the run. Umpire from the far side of the field says it hit a foot. The crowd, the home crowd I should say, close by, not happy with that. As Morris comes back and makes cover tackle. Trying to feed the ball on the sideline, but only as far as Trevor Dunn. England happy to hold the ball in this part of the field and just ride the blows. England, of course, taking their time, just making sure they got some options. Taking the ball to the baseline. Matt Clark, for a change, not running around with high pace, being more sedate. I think 10 days of hockey is slowly building up on him. As we have a overhead ball coming to Dove on the far side. Down the line. Again, Laird just finding the base option. We're trying to cross the ball in. There is a ball that enters the circle there. Unfortunately pulled over. Not being able to control it. South Africa still pinned in their own 22. Anderson trying to find Not popping a one-man overhead to Pete Cowan. Pete Cowan being the active player in the midfield, making a lot of play happen for them. Rie goes open. Doesn't trap the ball. Fortunately, as Paxton gets the ball gain from behind, and Drake gets the ball to the open field. David Stokes just turning around and making sure that they keep the ball. Stevenson now in the midfield is under pressure from Garrett. Good cover tackle, but a collision between Worthington and I'm not sure what the blow is for. They collide with each other, and there wasn't anybody else around. That's the second collision South Africa have had, and they won't be happy with that. A bit of communication needed as the ball now gets transferred. Clark and Drake. Stevenson just keeping the ball moving. England did a good job just keeping the ball away. A bit of pressure there from Garrett, as he has a couple of times. And now De Lange applying some pressure. Done with the ball. Clark making a break in field. He'll take some tension. He likes to run with it. Gets through one tackle, but gets tackled by Morris. And Worthington. Gerson looking for options. Again, South Africa, when they do win the ball, not finding the short passes. Going for the big glory passes where they can. They just need to find all the small passes, build up the play. They don't have to chase this game yet. 13 minutes to go. They need one goal to see what can lead from there. As England will be happy to keep transferring the ball around the back. Stokes on the line, yeah. Nice arcing run. Good tackle. Really good tackle. He's going to get a card for that, but he just put his stick out. Unfortunately, just caught Stokes halfway up. That's Gerson. He'll get a green card for 2 minutes. South Africa going to play with a man short for 2 minutes. as England seem intent on just holding the ball around the back, keep troughing it. Oakley taking the ball on the line. He'll be holding it up quite smartly. Pulls the ball back. Clark arrives. Little dinky over the top. Pulls the ball back for Drake. Drake looking for the big smash in. Riego in the way. Lands on Morris's lap, and umpire's going to call that for the first lift, I think. Bit of confusion with the South African players about who should take this. Nobody down the middle of the field. Both flanks are covered, and De Lange now comes back. Anderson looking for options. Finds Morris, who can turn. Morris hitting the long ball. A great ball for De Lange. One-on-one to the keeper. He likes this kind of stuff. Just misses the pullback. He's still got it. Keep on the ground. He's going to hit this anyway. Oh, it's going to be a penalty flick. He messed up the first one. Came back and fetched it. Beat the keeper on the backhand. Cracked the ball at goal. And the ball in the defender. I'm trying to see who the defender was, actually. On the goal line on the foot. There was no option there, unfortunately. De Lange wasn't so sure about his first pull that he missed. Keeper came out smartly to pick it up. As De Lange himself will be tasked with taking the P-flick. Whistle goes. De Lange goes top left. And he puts South Africa on the scoreboard. I think it was undecided there, but I think it was Ian Brown who was on the goal line. They had no choice. That's a good cricket style there on the front foot. Just caught him on the toe, LBW. As South Africa pull one back through De Lange P-flick. There's still 11 minutes and 30 seconds, and sport being a funny thing. Run through going there, and I think he'll be blown for that. A little bit of confusion, yeah. A little bit of confusion. There's a collision. Umpire asking everybody to settle down, but nobody's sure what's going on. 3-1. If South Africa can put another one in, 3-2, will just be enough scoreboard pressure. It'll put them in a better position, and you know the scoreboard pressure of sport is a funny thing. As Clark gets the ball, he's going to fire it infield to Dylan. Dylan making the run on the side, not finding anybody to pass to. Dylan coming back with the ball, crossing it. Nice big cross, but not, again, trying to find the long ball when they need some short ball build-up. Because every time they lose the long ball, England pay them back with interest. Nick Morris on the far side. He's going to make the runner on the outside, pulls it back. Still got the ball though. Players arriving to help. Oh, nice ball on the outside there. Oakley trying to get around. Oakley still got it. Advantage. Riego making the second tackle. They got advantage there from Oakley. De Lange now on the left-hand flank. A big crashing tackle coming in there. That is no complaints there, because the crowd voicing their opinion. Everybody screaming and shouting. There was a vicious tackle and the umpire giving a card, but there was crowd pressure there. De Lange lifting the ball. Good crowd participation, yeah. As we've seen in this World Cup, there are many divisions and teams, men's and ladies, playing together. So often when one of your teams are playing, the other teams come down to support the fellow country, men and women. And so we have South African teams and English teams that are playing this tournament who have got a freebie at the moment to pop down to give their support. Good support shown. England 3-1 up at the moment. 9 minutes to go in this game, roughly. And South Africa will be looking. Oh, unlucky there. Dylan just not coming to the ball. South Africa will be just looking if they can get one goal back at 3-2. Funny things can happen in this game. England holding the ball at the moment as they move it around the outside there. Dunn going wide. A bit of pressure coming on to Ian Brown as he fires the ball on the sideline. Little tackle happening there on Paul Dover. Dover looking for the small pass option. Again, just keeping the small game rolling the whole time. Nick Morris, he's gone on the left-hand side a couple of times. Goes for the pullback. Clark paying attention. The ball gets fired across. Anderson in good position to just cover defend that. Lyon, not Anderson. Looks like Halstead Cleek, sorry. Anderson receiving the second pass there. And again, England, interesting job they got here. Trying to protect the 3-1 lead, but ball being popped up there. It's going to be a turnaround. And now Cowan looking for options. He finds play in the midfield for Knott. The ramp not happening for Dylan. Cowan's going to make a run past it infield to Worthington. Worthington trying to turn. Just not controlling the ball. Gets a foot. And might have been asking for the advantage, but Worthington not known for his massive shots. So again, not now trying to drive it. He pops the ball over the top. Ball gets lifted, but not high enough, I think. Two players, Riego, having a discussion there with, looked like Trevor Dunn, and said, yeah, it wasn't high enough. You can't call for that one. Not trying to pop the ball into the circle there, trying to win a short corner of something. 7.5 minutes to go. As England, interesting enough, trying to hold the ball. It could work for them, but you just know that if you're trying to hold the ball and not go forward, sometimes you do cough it up. Their style of play has been to, the ball gets let through. This is going to be just two players trying to be clever. Dylan let it through his legs there, and DeLange wasn't available. Cowan hanging high, putting his hand up to wants to be sub, but coach saying to him, no, you just stay on the field, mate. A little bit of stick clacking. The game a little bit messy now. Going on channels, and again, little 1-2 passes. A couple of players got to get together from South Africa and make play happening, because at the moment they're chasing the 8 ball. Ball out wide to Nick Morris, who's pulled it back a couple of times. Paul Dover taking it in. And again, just trying to keep the ball as much as possible, run the clock down as far as they can. Quite happy to just keep possession as Cowan now comes to DeLange. Lots of English players behind this, trying to go for the long ball. Riego came to help him, and need to build the play up. Frustration building as England go into their power triangles, as Simon Mason calls it. Trevor Dunn just happy to turn away. Brown and Paxton linking up. Really good fetch on the sideline there by David Stokes. He's now the ball coming around. Stuart Avery, who scored the third goal with his little overhead flick, and now the long ball getting knocked out. Tackle made by Halstead Cleek, and South Africa watching the clock. 5:20 to go. One goal would make a difference here to 3-2. It really would get the momentum shifted. But having said that, South Africa need to find some passes. Not stepping up high in the field. He's got the ball. Goes for the long ball. Intercept happening. Goosen picking the rebound ball up. Didn't come off anything. As Stokes now down the field, looking for options. Hard wide to Laird. Laird back to Stokes. He's going to try and hit this. And the save he made. Nick Welby flashing the hand across him. Making the save. Stokes won't be happy with that connection. Stokes the score of the second goal with a deflection on the far post, but good interplay by England again there. Finding their triangles, finding their passes. Secret to this is just keeping the ball now. Stevenson in the middle. Happy to play out with Adam Drake. Ball down the sideline. Into the top corner where the baseline action is. Ball being smashed across. Whoa, could pick up on the far side. Paul Dover fires the ball into the circle. Avery gets an inside edge onto a foot, and then gets to look like he can have a shot after that, but no advantage being played there. And England now with their 5th short corner of the game. Sorry, 6th short corner of the game. And Hayward's on. Last time he wasn't on, they had to go for variations and clever movers. This time he's on, and we're pretty sure it's going to be a straight hit. Powerhouse of a strike. Scored a goal on the right, hit the post on the left so far in the game. All clean, and that didn't come out very cleanly there. He comes for the slip. Avery with a slip flick, catching something. Don't know what that was. Looked like a player. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game. As England happy to just slow the game down the far side, playing to the baseline. There comes the big crack across. A good deflection in front of goal, and on the rebound. That is really good hockey. That ball was smoked across. Looked like Adam Laird. He arrived in for the deflection. The deflection into the keeper, but popping up off the keeper, and on the rebound. The double strike as he knocks that in. Really good hockey there. And be properly chuffed with himself for that, as that puts England 4-1 up in this game, and that, with 2 minutes on the clock, is going to be enough to see them win the bronze medal. South Africa trying all the stuff they can. They just, unfortunately, couldn't get a goal back at that stage and apply the scoreboard pressure. They still got some pride to play for. Intercept ball coming from Drake as he plays the ball down the sideline. Avery's still very much interested in this game. Looking for options. Finds a foot just to reset. And again, at the minute 40 on the clock, they're going to take their time on this one. Move it around back. Ball going out the back there, but the press still coming on. Clark very close. Ball running through. Christen, time on the ball, making a small pass to Garrett. Garrett find Dylan. Dylan's a bit isolated. He does find a very good pass out of Morris. Graydon Morris trying to pass back to Dylan, and the ball just not finding its way to Greg Dylan nice and comfortably. As the clock winds down now, we've got 50 seconds left in this. South Africa looking for a short corner or something just to get something back here. Greg not high in the field now. One of your defenders trying to make things happen. Ball getting crossed in, a little bit of target. As the clock winds down, we've got 30 seconds left. South Africa looking for options. Wides on the far side now, trying to push it in. Caught a foot on the way through, but they've been locked out the far side. That ball's going to roll a long way down. We've still got 14 seconds left as Grant Clark, the other Clark on the field, plays the ball clock. And the countdown comes from the English fans. They're going to be happy with this as the ball goes through. This game's going to end 4-1 to England. The bronze medal to England, and 4th place South Africa. A really good game of hockey, and thank you for joining us for the spectacle.
That waiting for the gun, the nerves are just too much, thinking about what is about to go down.
There goes the horn to start the race.
No, I think it's really amazing. And now the whole setup and people are dressed up.
We're giving something, I think, to the people that's just fantastic.
The support on the side of the road is second to none, and that gives you the extra oomph.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. The scenery is beyond what I could imagine. I seriously enjoyed it. I met so many wonderful people on the way.
Really enjoying Cape Town. People seem to really appreciate artwork here, which is really nice.
Come and visit Cape Town. We are waiting for you with open arms. We welcome you here. This will remain a city of hope and opportunity for everyone, not just in Cape Town, but around the country and the world.
And he takes the tape.
Cape Town is open, safe and ready to host you.